Hi, my name is Alfred Mattingly, and this is my individual development plan for my competency as a consultant. In order to have a career in consulting psychology in the industrial and organizational field, it is important for future consultants to begin to develop and attain various kinds of competencies. These competencies range from several different kinds of knowledges to attain, as well as skills and abilities to develop as well. And while this can seem somewhat intimidating, it is important for consulting psychologists to be able to develop these and also to be aware of where their competency stands. If it's something that needs more improvement and growth, or if it's something that can be taken advantage of and optimized as a strength. And so I thought I would discuss 4 competencies that I believe to be very critical to the success of a career in IO psychology as a consultant. The first competency I would like to discuss is the ability to develop yes and no types of decisions and suggestions for a client. This competency is identified by Hedge and Borman on page 26 as an essential competency because clients are expecting us consultants to offer them very direct, affirmative suggestions and decisions on which to base the practices of their organization and the function of their employees. They're looking for that direct guidance. And over time, I have seen and gotten feedback that this is not an area I particularly excel in. One criticism I've gotten in the past was that when I developed a training program for my current employer, that my supervisor was somewhat unhappy with how open-ended I left the training program. I gave a vast array of different activities and timelines a trainer could follow, when my supervisor really wanted a more direct path to be followed. And so that was something I struggled with, being able to say, yes, decisively, this is what you need to do for the best results. This is also similar to feedback I've gotten from group projects, both at work and in school. Some of my classmates have told me that they would have found it more helpful if I had been more vocal and decisive when deliberating about various topics in our group projects. And my coworkers have said that I do tend to advocate for more open discussion rather than offering a direct suggestion for what we need to do. So this is definitely an area that I can improve in. On the flip side of that, relationship building, as discussed on page 25 of the Hedge and Boardman reading, is an area that I do tend to excel in, according to my peers and superiors. This is an important competency for the purpose of being able to relate to our clients and accomplish the person-centered job tasks we have as a consultant. And so this is something I've been frequently praised for at work. My supervisor says that my rapport building skills are excellent, which is important for a mental health care provider. And as well as my teammates have definitely asked me to provide them instruction on how to establish rapport with maybe particularly difficult clients. And I always do well in environments where I have to work with new teammates and contacts. I've gotten feedback that I have been able to make that transition for them very easy because of my social skills displayed. And I've also gotten very positive feedback from clients as well at work, saying that they've found it very easy to have a relationship with me after only a short time, which is very encouraging in my line of work. Now, the second competency that I tend to struggle with is being able to take initiative, and this is a competency discussed on the list of essential competencies for the consulting track on the Society for IO Psychology. So, I've gotten feedback about some of my adverse struggles with being able to take initiative in performance evaluations. My supervisors have said that I tend to be somewhat slow to take initiative with new projects, and I tend to seek supervisory approval before I begin or complete new projects, and that I tend to hesitate with taking the initiative to do that myself. In peer reviews I've received from my colleagues, they've said also that I do hesitate to initiate discussion on relevant topics and projects whenever we have our staffing meetings. And a particularly close colleague of mine said that I would really benefit from developing my ability to take initiative in a leadership role. And finally, I've gotten similar feedback from my classmates and professors as well. I've gotten a lot of encouragement to begin the projects without receiving excessive feedback or direction first, and to take initiative as an independent student. And one professor even cited that he saw a fear in me of being wrong and making mistakes, and that was specifically holding me back from being more independent in my academic pursuits. The last competency I would like to discuss is written communication. This is also on the list of competencies for the consulting track on the Society for IO Psychology page. This is something I've gotten a lot of feedback that I've excelled in. My performance evaluations at work from both my supervisors and my peers have always praised my ability to write clearly and articulately. I've had teammates ask me to edit and review their own documentations, and I've been requested on several conferences and smaller groups within my organization to take notes and draw up some summaries for various projects because of my writing ability. And I've always gotten very good grades on writing assignments in every level of school, and during group projects in academia, several of my classmates have told me that they really appreciated me being able to write in a way that was clear and articulate for our collaborative project. Yeah. Speaking of competencies that I tend to excel in, I do have 2 SMART goals for the purpose of optimizing those strengths. One is for written communication, is that I will seek out 3 opportunities for professional writing with my current employer. This can include updating policies, or developing or editing training materials, or assisting with writing performance reports for review, anything like that. 3 opportunities to utilize my professional writing ability by the end of this upcoming March. And for my relationship building competency, I want to utilize that for my part-time position as a project manager for my entertainment company, that I will reach out to other small-scale entertainment companies and content creators to form a professional relationship so that we might collaborate with each other and reap the benefits of that collaboration and kind of the merging of audiences. And I would like to have accomplished this by the end of March as well. And finally, I have 2 SMART goals to develop the competencies which I'm not as accomplished or developed in. For the competency of developing yes-no decisions, I've set myself the SMART goal of being able to deliver yes-no alternatives on 3 appropriate issues to my creative team at my part-time job. So I want to be able to take 3 situations in which my creative team could use some guidance and direction, and be able to give them 3 affirmative solutions and suggestions to these problems to practice being able to offer very direct input to clients. And I want to have this done by April 15th, which will mark the beginning of our quarterly review for our company. And finally, I want to develop my ability to take initiative on projects by taking initiative on starting 2 job-related projects, either for my full-time position or part-time position, and 1 school-related group project by the end of March. And by doing this, I will not only develop my own competency of taking initiative for consulting psychology, but it will also help kind of alleviate the burden of my classmates as well in our groups. since they do such excellent work and they deserve to have a break from starting and initiating things every now and then. So this is my plan for individual development, and I hope that it will help me become a superior IO consultant in the long run. Thank you very much.